Bueno, terminamos la última vez de hablar con Lady Ashbury y se fue a la mierda porque se asustó por lo que hizo el doctor, el forro de Swansea, que lo convertía en vampiro y eso seguramente arruinó todo. Tenemos 133 cosas para hacer. Ay, perdón. Me gustaría, antes de ir a las principales, dar un paseo por la City, llevar esta misión, ver qué más hay. Y a ver qué pasó con Doctor Swansea, que ya está en el hospital. Ay, imagino que el hospital está hecho verga, mató a todos. Ay, vamos a ver.
Now would be a good time to blend the recipe Marshall used when he fought the disaster. I think I know where to find what I need.
Yes. Sé que lo sabes, porque está totalmente marcado en el mapa. ¿Pelear? ¿Qué anda este? ¿Quién es este? ¿Y este?
We meet again, Mr. Kimura, in a more peaceful situation.
Dr. Reed, still visiting London by night?
We must both be nocturnal animals, you and I. After your captivity, I thought you'd be more cautious.
Breathing the cold night air helps calm my mind, sir. I've had the most frightening nightmares since I escaped that filthy jail.
No tengo absolutamente ningún recuerdo de este chabón. ¿Quién es?
How is the situation in the West End?
I've heard rumors about armed men patrolling and fighting infected citizens in these very streets. I was lucky they didn't shoot me when I was abducted.
May I ask you what you do for a living, Mr. Kimura?
I was a landlord. A wealthy one. And not a very kind one, I realized recently.
Why this sudden epiphany? Is it because of your near-death experience?
I was already feeling nostalgic about Weymouth, my hometown. With recent events, I'm thinking about going back there.
No tengo recuerdos, no me acuerdo de dónde lo salvé.
What can you tell me about your abduction?
If you really want to know, I was locked in that building for 3 or 4 days. My jailer was insane, mumbling about sacrifice and voices.
And why didn't he sacrifice you?
That was the weirdest part. He claimed to spill blood was not enough. It had to be done when some stars were aligned.
Which stars?
That's the whole point. He wanted me to talk to him about some Red Queen configuration or constellation. I've never heard of such an astronomical term.
What did he say about voices?
He constantly whined about the voice of his master, ordering him to do terrible things. He wanted to silence the voice by offering blood. My blood.
My blood.
Why are you so nostalgic for your hometown, Tadao?
I was focused so much on making money, I almost forgot that my relatives and friends are threatened by this epidemic.
Have you heard anything from your family?
I was not only a bad landlord, I was also a bad husband. I've not seen my wife and son for years. Busy.
At least now you're ready to go back and see them. But don't be surprised if your son bears a grudge, sir.
You make it sound like you suffered from an absent father yourself, Dr. Reed. Well, I'll keep your warning in mind.
Have you no friends at all?
Over the years, I'm afraid my greed turned me into my friend's adversary, while I became friends with my professional rivals.
Those you grew up with didn't share your views on money and success.
Would you believe I was once a member of poetry circles and an astronomy club? We were young, such joyful dreamers then. But I stopped laughing long ago.
Can you change? And is it what you really want? If so, it must come from within, not without.
I've seen what an altruistic gesture can do. Nothing forced you to save me, Dr. Reed, but you did. I will follow your example in these matters from now on.
Believe me, Mr. Kimura, I've met a few good Samaritans, but I'm not like them. Not at all.
I don't intend to be a saint. I don't think I have the fiber anyway. All I want is to do something good and useful in this world for a change.
¡No! Perdí una pista, me quiero... Ay, boludo. Yo no te puedo creer, man. ¿Cómo la estamos cagando? ¿Cómo la estoy cagando?
Tell me, Tadao, why was your abductor so interested in your passion for astronomy?
I don't know. We met a few times at the Royal Greenwich Observatory. He
Encima
seemed
ni
to
me
share my
acuerdo
hobby.
salvarlo a este.
Then he
¿En qué
invited me to
momento
his
lo
house and
salvé,
locked me
boludo?
in.
Yes, astronomy is a fascinating subject. When I was a child, my mother bought a small telescope for my sister and I. We spent many a pleasant evening stargazing.
Stars are not just dots in the sky, Doctor. They are the key to our understanding of the cosmos. They remind us how insignificant we are.
You're right. But children love magic and stories. I remember our mother told us constellations have the power to protect us.
Protection by the light of the stars. That's sweet. You remember the name of these constellations?
Pegasus. It was the constellation my mother liked the most.
Memory's a strange thing. I can recite without hesitation the names of the 88 constellations. Yet I barely remember my own childhood.
Did he fake his interest in astronomy to get close to you?
No. In his madness, he spoke about a blood sacrifice to be made to his master when the stars aligned to a specific configuration.
Configuration. ¿Cómo la cagué, amigo? Qué bronca. Estamos de mal en
Mr.
peor.
Kimura.
No tengo la puta idea de quién sos, boludo. ¿Dónde concha te salvé? Ay,
Whose
boludo.
blood could be purer than that of William Marshall? Lord Redgrave will have to spare me a drop.
Gordis.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Good evening, good evening.
Calhoun, tell me about your relationship with Doris Fletcher.
Oh, Doris. Cold fire and burning ice trapped in a perfect body. Our passion was as intense as it was brief. What an actress.
How did you meet her?
On a boat to France before the war. She was thinking about a career in Paris, and I was eager to try French gastronomy. We both returned disappointed.
I expect you've seen her on stage, too.
She really is the best actress of her generation. Such frailty and such strength at the same time. I hope she'll play again soon. She's been away for too long.
You sound surprisingly sad. Have you regrets?
I think of her as a divine dish.
No.
I'm glad I was able to taste it.
No,
but I
profe.
regret I could only get a bite of her mystery.
Un poquito desubicado.
You really loved her then?
She fascinated me, Dr. Reed. I can't imagine what she must have endured through her life to reach such a level of emotion and sensibility.
Un poquito desubicado el señor, ¿eh? A ver, acá tenemos algo. ¡Epa! Las memorias... Unas viejas páginas arrancadas de papel y tela de las memorias de William. Analizar. Un suero creado con la receta de las lágrimas de los ángeles, con insulina en lugar de ajo para una mayor protección en contra de la infección del desastre. Ah, y ahí necesitamos las tres. Ok. Esto es de... Los tendría que pelear más con... Acá está el detective.
Dr. Reed.
Doctor Gadget. Epa, ¿es verdad que lo degradaron?
Is
Ah,
it
para la
true you
papa,
were dropped in rank? Tell me about it.
Yes, it is. I made a terrible mistake. I deserved it. Sometimes I think I should have resigned.
So why are you still working here?
Because I'm a damn fine copper. I just don't want to have someone innocent hung again by mistake because of me.
Un poquito fuerte este, ¿eh? La voy a cagar como la vengo haciendo.
The death penalty is not an efficient deterrent. I sometimes think it pushes criminals to more violence, since they know they have nothing to lose.
I agree. I'm convinced all
Bien, buena
civilized
respuesta.
nations should abolish the death penalty. Maybe after the war, once that bloodshed is over, the survivors will change that.
Bien, Gucci la respuesta.
Why do you think
Bien.
there shouldn't be a death penalty?
I believe no one should decide to take a man's life. Not a nation or a government.
Are you a pacifist, Inspector?
No, sir. But I believe in divine justice. Only God has the right to decide who will live and who must die.
Goodbye, Detective.
Goodbye, Doc.
Good evening, Jonathan.
Uy, encontré su anotador robado.
Tell me the truth, Usher. Are you a vampire?
By the stole, you really thought you could force Usher Talltree to yield to your little mind tricks like an oblivious mortal?
No entendí una goma lo que dijo.
Why can't I force you to answer me then?
I'm the primate of St. Paul's Stole. It comes with certain advantages, like accessing the greatest library in the country and avoiding answering certain questions.
So, are you or are you not a vampire?
As a brilliant man once said, to be unambiguous can only be to one's own detriment.
Una verga tu respuesta.
I found your notebook. The one the guard of Prewen stole from you.
And you've brought it back to me. That's excellent news, Jonathan. Were you able to keep yourself from reading it?
No.
Ah, the oldest temptation of all. If Pandora herself did not pass the test, I suppose I should not blame you for your curiosity.
So you're not angry with me?
Why should I be? To live is to make choices, Jonathan. And you made yours. Now give it to me, please.
Goodbye, sir. Until we meet again.
I rarely wander. Yet it amuses me to converse with your kind. And the Empress.
Me podrías haber dado la llave para ese cofre, cara de pene.
If McCullum really drank the blood of King Arthur, then I may have found another vital ingredient for my recipe.
Acá está McCollum. A ver, hablemos con McCollum.
Good evening, vampire hunter.
Are you here to end me, Leech? You'll find I will not be killed easily.
Not at all, McCullum. I am here because I need you.
Really? I'm intrigued. Speak up, then.
I need the blood of a king. The blood of Arthur. I'm certain you possess it, and I must have it.
The Guard's most sacred and precious relic. Why would you? You found Marshall's memoirs. I should have destroyed that book.
I need the antidote to save this city, McCullum.
It is within me to take your words as truth. I want to, but I must know more. What precisely are your plans?
I have found the carrier, McCullum. The infection's source. It may be science or some supernatural power that's responsible for all this. But I will harness either or both to end the epidemic.
A vampire doctor. My God, you're a terrifying creature. Jonathan Emmett Reed.
Do you not understand? We wanted the same thing from the outset. A means to end this vampire epidemic.
Not enemies. Maybe that is so. Take it then. I see no other hope for this city. If If this is some trick, you will be damned, Dr. Reed.
Bien. Bien. A ver, ¿podemos hablar un
Thank
poco
you.
más?
Can we speak more?
Indeed. Why not?
Creo que si lo hubiéramos matado de igual manera íbamos a tener la sangre de Arturo. Pero bueno, nos hicimos un aliado.
Why are you here?
The man who raised me after the brutal murder of my parents. He's buried here.
Were both your parents killed by vampires?
Yes. And yet worse. My father returned to Dublin a vampire and tore out my mother's throat.
No. ¿Quién
And
es
who
hombre?
was this man?
Carl Eldritch, one-time leader of Prewin. He killed my father in front of me. Helped me hunt my brother Ain after teaching me how to kill leeches.
Che, este no es vampiro, mirá la cara, boludo.
What will the Guard of Prewin do now? Will you stop the Great Hunt?
Yes. But we shall continue to protect innocents from beasts like you. And your red-headed friend.
Like me?
¿Sí?
I am indebted to you for sparing me at Pembroke. But this won't always be the case. I'm no coward like those St. Paul's Stowe brothers.
¿Y dónde está
How
ella?
long have you known Lady Ashbury? Where is she? And what will you do to her?
We saw you meeting her, so of course we investigated. But she is gone. Our scouts reported she has sold some paintings and departed for an unknown destination.
Adieu, vampire hunter.
Until we meet again, blood drinker.
¿Por qué dijo adiós?
I cannot use garlic, but there may be a substitute in the Pembroke Hospital drug storage. There it is. Insulin.
Epa,
Much
bien
more
ahí.
efficient than garlic against blood poisoning and sepsis, and much less dangerous for me. Thank you, Dr. Polescu.
Pulaski.
This place has been ransacked. They've all been slaughtered. Prewin? No, not their style.
Bueno. Nos queda solo un ingrediente. Que es la gota de sangre de Marshall. Bueno, vamos a intentar, a ver. Para, flaco. Si la esquivé, forro del orto. Uy, pensé que le erré. Menos mal. Una más. Dale, que se muere. Dale que se muere. Dale. ¡Muerto! Bien. Ay, menos mal, boludo. Hijo de remil puta. A ver. Hablemos con este hijo de puta. Aquí está.
Good evening, Lord Redgrave.
What are you doing here, traitor? I shall smite you for this audacity.
I'm not
Vení,
here to
flaco,
bicker,
te cago
Lord Redgrave.
trompada.
I can put an
bueno.
end to
No, no
this
estoy para pelear.
epidemic, but I need your assistance to do so.
Good. We've held out thus far, but the time has come to put an end to this crisis. Tell me, what do you need?
The blood of William Marshall.
The blood of William Marshall? Of my maker? Are you mad? This blood is the purest of all. My maker proffered it to me on the battlefield. I cannot hand it to you.
Dale, papito. No interfiera con mi misión. Esta es la última oportunidad de esta ciudad.
This is more important than the club, you or me. This is London's last hope.
I see. Well, in that case, given the gravity
Rapidísimo
of the
cambiada de
situation,
parecer.
I suppose I can spare you a drop.
Thank you, my lord.
If you manage to save this city, you'll prove yourself a veritable servant of the crown. So Godspeed, Dr. Reed. Our fate lies wholly in your hands.
Rapidísimo el chabón. Le dije una frase y ya cambió de opinión. A ver, ¿hay algo más?
You again?
I have a few...
You hold in that vial the most sacred blood of all. I can help you no more. We all count on you.
Ah, ves. La tragedia es inminente. Pará, flaco. Tengo todo. Tengo que ir a mi cuarto y hacerlo. A ver, Gastón. Vamos al antídoto. Tengo todos los recursos.
The
Espectacular.
blend seems stable. Time to go and find Harriet in the sewers.
Ah, ahora hay que ir a las alcantarillas donde pasamos la otra vez y estaba todo destruido. La pregunta es, pinta una dormición, ¿no? Yo creo que sí, pero tengo miedinho, ¿eh? Tengo diálogo con el Dr. Swansea, pero no está, loco, no está. ¿Será que tengo que ir? Ay, que no la quiero cagar, boludo. Para mí está para dormir. El tema es que si duermo mueren. Ay. Vamos a bancárnosla y vamos a ir acá. ¡Ah! Me trabo todo. Vamos a ir acá. Si hay un jefe y veo que no le puedo ganar, ahí se duerme. Se duerme y se intenta que sea lo que Dios quiera. A ver.
This
Encontrar
place has been ransacked. They've all been slaughtered. Pre-one. No, not their style.
No está.
Where
¿A la
has
vieja?
Harriet gone? She must have left a trail I could follow.
Seguir el rastro de sangre. No, acá abajo no. Genial. No es un rastro de sangre, son toneladas. A la verga, amigo. Esto es nuevo. Este hueco.
Time to put an end to this.
Where is old Bridget? Damn. If I'd come earlier, they would still be alive.
Vine antes, boludo, pero no estaba todo esto. O sea, no me dejaba hacer nada más. Yo me adelanto al juego. Reservorio de Finsbury. What are you fucking doing? A ver, ¿dónde estamos? Mirad lo que es. Mirad, es una ciudad entera, amigo. Hace mucho no pasaba esto, boludo.
Take not a step further, child, for you are unprepared.
You, at last. I wondered when you would show your
Yo también.
face again. Step away. We have nothing to discuss.
Desist, child. You cannot confront the monstrosity unleashed upon this land without due preparation. I shall not allow it.
All right. But no more riddles. Enough of the obscure songs and prophecies. I ask questions, and you answer them.
My words have been as clear as crystal lakes, my child. You seem unwilling to drink, to listen, to learn.
A ver, su verdadero aspecto.
What is your true appearance?
I do not understand. This is who I am.
Está hecho de sangre.
Blood. You are made of blood. Surely you are joking.
Why would I? And no, I'm not made of blood. I am blood. Blood is what I am since my birth and for eternity.
Pero ¿quién es usted?
And who are you really? Tell me your name.
I am your maker. I am the servant of the Red Goddess and protector of this land. I have many names.
Just give me one, then.
There are those who call me Merdin Wild, the Wild Horned Man. But I never was a man. I was born out of blood.
Ok.
Why did
¿Por
you
qué me
choose?
eligió?
Only you could provide a modern, scientific answer to this ancient, mystical threat.
Mystic.
What kind of modern answer?
Disease, contagion, and contamination. How they course through veins is your dominion, my child. Your choices have made you. Only you can save this land.
Speak to me of this ancient threat.
The blood of hate. Vessel of the wrath of the goddess. When she awakens, a disaster will be born into this world, for she is hunger and anger.
Estoy aquí para detener a Harry.
I'm here to stop Harriet Jones. She is the original carrier. The well from which this corruption flows.
I have heard you, but be wary. Harriet Jones's mind is no more. She has metamorphosed into an apocalypse. Born from, drenched in, and driven by the blood of hate.
¿Qué es un desastre?
Tell me about this disaster, creature. I know London fell victim to such a thing in 1666.
A disaster is pure anger born through blood. Its name means bad star, for they only appear when our queen unleashes her unquenchable wrath upon the world.
And who is this queen?
She is the Red Goddess, the Queen of Blood. In my youth, 100 lifetimes ago, she was worshipped as the Morrigan. She is my mother. She is yours.
No es la pelirroja, boludo. No es
The
Lady
Morrigan.
Ashbury.
The Celtic goddess of war. Is this a ruse of some kind?
She has been worshipped in many forms throughout the ages. The true nature of the Red Queen is beyond your comprehension, eluding even mine. But know this. She is a vengeful mother.
No será Lady Ashbury,
So the
boludo.
disaster is some sort of accident. A disease vampires carry dormant in their blood, waiting to emerge.
That's your modern answer. But a disaster is at the same time both less and more.
Tell me what it is then, in your own words.
A disaster is the pure will of our queen. Whenever she dreams of walking this earth, she awakes in this putrid vessel.
What is the blood of hate?
It is the curse of the goddess. It is the hunger in you, the need for blood, the will to strike and to punish, to spit in the eye of God.
I only wish to know how to put an end to this epidemic.
To perform an act so noble, you must protect yourself from its poisonous kiss, my child.
I know. McCullum used such a serum when trying to kill me. However, I have produced a more efficacious version of the antidote.
Your final task awaits you at the end of these tunnels. I've known for ages you were worthy of this challenge, my champion, Bittersweet.
Mi defensora agridulce. ¡Joder! No termina más esto.
Will it be over then? Once I've defeated this creature?
Yes. The threat will dissipate like so much smoke, for you will have purified its source.
And then what? What will become of me?
How would I know? I am no god, and your fate is in your own hands. For you are our champion.
What will happen thereafter? What future awaits me beyond these dark tunnels?
Your fate, my child, and the fate of this land. A disaster is about to enter this world to smite us all and teach us humility. You are our final hope.
You tricked me. My sister died for your schemes. I have brought suffering and tragedy into this world. I am not, nor will I ever be your champion.
Very soon you'll come to know that sacrifice is sometimes necessary. I understand the grudge a child bears towards his father and mother. Be brave, my child.
Ok.